Chris Martin.
Okay.
We are in fact recording. We are in fact recording. Now, I know that we have...
Sorry about the other day. I thought we were having a chat.
No, don't worry about it. It's fine. We got good comedy timing out of it.
We like that.
Speaking of which, before we even get started, what's Will eating these days? Or not eating, but what supplements is he taking to stay skinny and yet hit the drums so ridiculously hard? Have you noticed he's a power drummer now?
We've had some events happen with the band that just gave everyone a bit of extra fire.
That was vague, and I'll take it.
Particularly him, because he keeps his emotions pretty quiet and...
Until stage time.
Yes, and I know who he's hitting at the moment when he plays the drums, so that's probably something about it.
Last time I saw you guys perform live, I think I might have said, man, his drumming right now is, I mean, he's up there with, you know, the heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Drives you
Someone
guys.
the other day compared him to the gorilla from the Cadbury advert, which is on the money, I think.
With the costume on, or the man inside the gorilla on the Cadbury
I think
advert?
just the whole
the whole vibe.
He does have hairy arms, I will admit.
Apparently he's completely hairless from the neck down.
That is not true.
Everything else, though, is remarkably hairy. Chris Martin, how are you, man?
I'm okay, how are you?
I'm doing good. I don't look as good as you do. You made the effort. I know this isn't necessarily for us, but we appreciate the fact that you've come as an elephant.
I have come as an elephant. We just came from finishing this crazy video shoot.
It looks crazy.
Well, I know you're saying it a little sarcastically, I see, Zane, but we're getting too old now to appear in videos ourselves, so we had to put on a costume.
It's definitely an improvement.
I think so.
But, you know, on the humour stakes, it would suggest that you're having fun with this video.
Yes. I would suggest we already shot one video for this song, Paradise, and we scrapped it because it was not happy enough. We decided to make a video that actually wasn't so depressing.
Not an easy decision, but not...
If you're in Coldplay, no.
Just generally. No, but not an easy decision to scrap a video, not just because of all the work you put into it, but you're also kind of dashing somebody's vision, aren't you, ultimately, at the end of the day?
No, it was just bad.
Rubbish.
No, it's not a problem.
Good.
It's okay, and we've done it before.
Yeah. What other
always,
videos never made the grade? Which other ones had multiple
our
takes?
first ever video for a song called Bigger Stronger was scrapped.
Yeah. There were problems, obviously, with Yellow because it rained.
So we had to redo that one.
That's right. Ultimately, whenever anybody listening right now who's in a band or in any artistic license to try and make music videos, if you're ever up against the wall and you don't have a lot of time, fancy dress.
Yep.
Every single time.
Every time.
But
it is fun though, I've got to say. We've been doing so much travelling recently, so we've just been shooting everywhere we've been going.
Yeah.
And trying all things which we never thought we'd try in a video.
Did you get to choose the elephant? Did you get first choice?
Yes, sir.
You did. And without giving too much away, I mean, what is everyone else in? Is everyone
Well,
else?
you have to see, man.
Okay. Can I guess?
Yes.
Okay. Johnny, tiger.
No, it's about an elephant.
Oh, so everyone's an elephant.
Finding his family.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. And we'll stop right there because I, for one, am intrigued to see the video in full. If I get a chance, you guys might scrap it.
No, I don't think we will. We only have about 20 minutes till the album comes out.
The album is called Mylo Xyloto, and it's by Coldplay. It's album number 5, official. Obviously, not including a live album that you gave away, various other things that you've done, blah, blah, blah.
Couldn't even give it away.
It's tough these days. Everything's for free. You know?
I know people don't. It's so for free that
people are so discerning about free stuff these days.
I know. They say they reject.
See, I know it's for free, but why should I take it?
Right.
If only it worked on all other different levels.
It's a great privilege if you get to give something away. Like we did do a live album called Left, Right, Left, Right, Left, Right, Left, and we gave it to everyone who had a ticket, and then it was on our website for download, and it was just such a nice way of being able to give something in return for the stuff you've been given.
And the key phrase there is in return, because when you give something like that away, there's two positions you're in.
Right.
You're either an artist who literally can't give it away and needs to just try and get it out there, or you're looking back on a really successful recent history and saying, you know what, actually, we can afford to give this away on every level, emotionally, spiritually, personally, financially. We've had a good run.
Yes.
Here you go, thank you.
That's exactly it.
And you did. I mean, finishing off, just going back before we talk about this record, which I want to say for the record, and you know I'm a fan, you've never let me down, you haven't on this record either. I love this album. Some of your most beautiful songs are on there, I think.
Thank you, Zane.
In recent memory, and you've also thrown us a few surprises, some good, strong, floor thumpers.
Yeah.
Trying to
we're very driven at the moment. We had some
What do you mean,
challenges
at the moment?
Well, just on the last record, we took some blows from a few different sources, and so it made us very focused and tight together as a gang.
I thought Viva La Vida, etc., was super acclaimed, and everyone kind of accepted it was, and you won Grammys and you sold records.
But we got sued by these people, and
then
that's
we got right.
Some weird stuff happening. But in fact, all that just adds some fire to everything.
Mo money, mo problems, my brother.
If I knew what that meant, I would agree.
Mo money, mo problems.
Yeah, that's true.
When you left the Viva La Vida era,
yes.
and you walked away from that,
mm-hmm.
do you need time away from being in Coldplay, or do you never feel you're not in Coldplay? Is it just a case of like, okay, well, we'll go away and do whatever we want to do, but it's not like a break from the band?
Well, no, as soon as we finished Viva La Vida, Brian Eno wrote to us and said, we got to keep going, because he felt like
he was broke.
He felt like he was broke, and he felt like everybody was on a good track.
Yeah.
And so he said, I don't want to lose the momentum, because it took us a while to get going with him and Marcus Dravs, because we had lost a lot of confidence. And anyway, so by the time we finished that record, we were in a good place, and so we went back in very quickly.
And did songs eventuate from those early sessions that made it onto the record?
Maybe one or two, but I mean, we definitely put in the man hours.
You always do, though.
Yeah, this one was particularly man-houry.
How many man hours are we talking about?
Well, we started recording on tour this time as well.
Oh, okay. Now, a lot of people try that if they're in a situation where they can take a portable studio or allow themselves to record during sound checks or whatever. But, I would say, and this is just a blind ratio, that a larger amount of the music that gets recorded on tour doesn't make it, as opposed to the stuff that does.
That's true.
Is it tough to differentiate between the two?
I mean, for us, the larger amount of music we make doesn't make it on.
Yeah.
We're now trying to make these 45-minute things. But we played probably
hours, days.
Yes, I'm afraid so. But we're lucky because we have our own little place, and we're allowed to do that.
One of my favourite songs on the record is called Charlie Brown, and I haven't even cleared it, but by the time we play this, hopefully we'll be allowed to play it. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we're going to play Charlie Brown from the album called Mylo Xyloto by Coldplay. Come back and continue to carry up with Chris the Oliphant.
Stole a key
So I love that, and it's kind of an obvious place to start for me because it's very much a driving rock and roll record within the record, and there are surprises on there, and we're going to start talking about those now, Chris.
Okay, Zane.
So starting with a track like, we're talking about Princess of China as the obvious place to start, which to me tandems with Paradise.
Yes, it
as
does.
the two R&B representations on the record.
Yes,
very much kind of got that modern day R&B flavor to it.
Yeah.
One
review said it was RB.
What is
really
that?
bad. No, I'm joking. I'm just made that up. But
you rushed it.
I've just given someone an idea now.
You have.
No,
but they can't really claim it as a headline when you gave it to them.
True. But Zane, don't you think that music now shouldn't have to fall into any particular box?
That's easy for us to say, but when you're young and you're looking for something to represent you.
No, I don't. But I don't think anyone thinks like that now.
Good. It would suit me.
Maybe they do, but you don't see so many goths and hippies and rockers and hip hoppers. It's people like Kanye are sort of changing the way we all listen, the internet's changing.
This is one of the many legacies that the late great Steve Jobs gave us through iTunes and things like that. It was an opportunity to create playlists of any kind of music and not actually have to commit to an entire album of one genre and therefore commit to 10. Over the course of 2 or 3 years. Do you know what I mean? There are positives to that in the sense that there's more music being heard.
Well, look at just the song "Pass Out" has about 8 different types of music in it.
It's true. And Labyrinth is known for that now, and he's very good at it. And so, in a way, as a rock band, I would almost go as far as to say that you are the Labyrinth of rock and roll.
Thank you so much.
As opposed to the other way around. It's important to register.
Yeah.
I mean, you have always kind of, you've never been afraid, even if you haven't necessarily made the music at the time, of talking about wanting to make that kind of music. You've always been open to the idea of Coldplay being almost anything.
Well, this time we're on our 5th record. We're all in our early to mid 30s. It's time.
Generous.
No, that's true.
No, I'm joking.
Well, I'm the oldest. I'm 34.
Right, good man.
So there's an element of like, okay, we've got to. If we don't make it now, then we've got to. We've got to give up. And Brian particularly was so encouraging of us, just allowing all of our different passions and influences to come through. And in a way, there's kind of nothing to lose. So why not try it?
And as a song, it still sounds like a Coldplay song, even though stylistically it could definitely be something that was co-produced with one of Rihanna's producers, or it has that flavor. It's an authentic sound for now, but it sounds like your band,
Are you talking about Princess of China?
Yeah.
Well, I think you're right.
It was a terrible observation. It was a basic, obvious statement. I'm tired. Moving on to some of the sort of more softer moments.
That does have Rihanna on, right?
No. Yeah, of course I do.
Okay.
You think you're just like...
I don't know if you'd heard it or not.
Of course I have. I was listening to the record before. I'm not that shallow.
Well, that's why it sounds like it's because she's on it. We've gone that far.
Thanks, man.
Somebody ran away, saying fast as I can.